Welcome to Toffee TV. It's the match reaction. Everton 2, Chelsea 0. Another 3 points for the Blues today. 3 wins in 8 days. 9 points. 3 clean sheets. It's difficult to remember a better week, in all honesty, for Everton. Results-wise, because normally what Everton are good at is getting a really good result and then not following it up. Particularly with 2 home games on the run. But you know what? We did it. We did it today. And we did it in a Sean Dyche special. Almost 28% of the ball. But that's all you need. That is all you need when you can score goals. The manager made one very predictable change. Seamus Coleman was ruled out after his excellent display against Newcastle in midweek. Ashley Young dropped back into right back and James Garner came back into midfield. Mathew was on the bench again, giving Everton a boost that he was back as well. And Jack Harrison just went over to the right and Everton reverted to what we've been doing. And the first kind of 10 minutes, I thought we were slow out the traps. It was a little bit subdued, the atmosphere today, it has to be said. Sunday games, a 2 o'clock kickoff, I get it. But I think we're going to have to find a way of cranking up the atmosphere for most of our home games. Because when it starts, when it ignites Goodison, it's incredible. And it proved that in the second half. Chelsea quickly got into their flow, knocking the ball about. Mudryk went past Ashley Young early on and I thought, he's going to be in for a long afternoon today. But he kind of got to grips with them after that. And Everton, in patches, did okay in the first half. We just didn't really... We wasted too many opportunities in the final third with the final pass. A couple went, crosses just ahead of Dominic Calvert-Lewin. We allowed Chelsea to get a couple of blocks in. Jack Harrison flashed a scissor kick from the edge of the box just wide. But it was nothing really to cause Sanchez anything to worry about in his goal. When we did get corners, we didn't look dangerous off them in the first half. Too close to the goalkeeper. Chelsea, on the other hand, had a lot of the ball, knocked it round, as you'd expect for an expensively assembled squad. But Cole Palmer, I thought, was very good for them. He tested Jordan Pickford from 25, 30 yards. The England goalkeeper making a good save. One I'd expect him to save, but he made it all the same. Got that out of harm's way. And defensively, we coped quite well. Breuer was always a threat down the channels. He's powerful and pacey. And he had, give Jarrad Branthwaite a good contest between those two early on. And in the first half, like I said, I think neither team really stretched the other one in a way where we would be concerned about. And they wouldn't have been concerned about us either, in all fairness. And we got in at half-time and it was 0-0. And I was looking, thinking, obviously, Adrisagana Gay had got booked for his first tackle, which I thought Michael Oliver was, and he is poor, Michael Oliver. We all know he's a Newcastle United fan, and he doesn't like Everton. Quite clear. Probably jumped on board with that faux rivalry they've decided to create, or some of their fans. Let's tar them all with the same brush. And Oliver, we know dons a Newcastle shirt, has jumped right on board with that. He's a poor referee now. I used to think he was a really good referee a few years ago, but he's got worse and worse as it's gone on. He let Cucurella do whatever he wanted. He was just really poor. He was really poor. Anyway, we got in at half-time at 0-0. And I was thinking at half-time, this is there for the taking. And obviously, news filtered through Luton were beating Manchester City, which isn't great, always puts a bit of extra pressure on. And I was hoping we'd come out and really get at them. The change was what I wanted at half-time. It was Guy for Amadou Onana. I thought we needed a little bit extra presence in the midfield, which is exactly what Onana brought to us. And he come on second half and he made a huge difference. He really did. And that's not saying Adrisagana Gay wasn't playing well, because he was. I think it was James Garner who wasn't in it in the first half. But James Garner had a tremendous second half alongside Onana, who did help shift the balance in Everton's favour. We come out for the second half, we were a bit more on the front foot, trying to stretch them through Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And like at times in the first half, final ball just let us down. But we did get the goal, and for once it was a really good bit of refereeing by Michael Oliver. We broke down a Chelsea move. Dwight McNeil skipped away from Conor Gallagher, who unbelievably at this stage still hasn't been booked, in the game, and he dragged McNeil back, who managed to shove him off and carry on running, got across him and bent a lovely ball into the path of Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who was on the penalty spot. He stretched for it. He probably should have scored, Dom. He was one-on-one with Sanchez. He hit the shot. The Chelsea keeper saves it, and it bounces out to Abdoulaye Doucouré, who's followed it up and smashed it beyond him into the far corner. His 11th goal in 31 games for Everton since Sean Dyche came in. Unbelievable return from a midfielder. And that gave us the bit between our teeth. There was the normal VAR nonsense for offside check. Again, why don't they bring the AI in? The minute the AI comes in, it gets rid of this bollocks where you have to sit around waiting so long for a decision. I'll be honest, it's the second time it's happened in the last 2 home games. And on both occasions, as with Beto's goal the other night, I expected it to be ruled out. It wasn't. It was given. And Everton took the lead, and the roof came off Goodison with that goal. And the crowd were excellent from that moment on. We did have to defend well. Chelsea had Cole Palmer, like I said before, was excellent, I thought, for Chelsea. Ashley Young, went off in the first half. Nathan Patterson come on, and I thought Patterson dealt with Mudryk brilliantly. Absolutely brilliantly. He deserves his goal, Patterson, he really does. Everton then, we got a booking for Jared Branthwaite, the referee's his first foul really, and the referee couldn't wait to book him. And that means he misses the Burnley game next week, which is a hammer blow really, but listen, he's been walking the tightrope for a few weeks. They had a free kick on the edge of the box. Cole Palmer went under the wall, but luckily Jordan Pickford had positioned himself really well and made a comfortable save. And they got in a few times, and Pickford, he'd done what he had to do. He wasn't tested massively. There were shots which I'd expect Jordan to save, and he did. And so we had to beware. They brought on Raheem Sterling, who's always a threat. Power, his pace, not power, his pace, and he's very tricky. He came on. Nicholas Jackson came on, and as they shuffled the pack. But Everton had to dig in, and we did. And we did have opportunities on the counter-attack, but again, the final ball just let us down. Beto came on for Dominic Calvert-Lewin, trying to stretch Chelsea as well. And we had to just make sure we got men behind the ball. We got towards the end of the game, and Jack Harrison was looking knackered. We were starting to waste opportunities on the break, and the manager made the change. He took Harrison off and put Lewis Dobbin on. He annoyed me slightly here, Sean Dyche, because he had Dobbin ready for ages. So much so that Chelsea didn't have anyone ready and made a double sub before we put Dobbin on. Anyway, that's by the by. Mykolenko was absolutely brilliant all afternoon, made one tremendous block in the box, as did James Garner, tracking Sterling. And Everton, we hope to break quickly and try and get something, on the counter-attack. And that's exactly what we did with Dobbin. But we had a good move, good break, and we won ourselves a corner. Chelsea had had to replace Robert Sanchez. He'd had an issue, it seemed, certainly at the start of the second half. He went off. Everton corner came in. It was parried out by the keeper, and Lewis Dobbin lashed it home with his left foot from about 12 yards, put it back in to the far corner. His first senior goal for Everton, his first Premier League goal, and what a time to do it. 92nd minute rather, St Goodison, the roof came off. Brilliant scenes, and it was just a case of could we see those 7 minutes out without conceding. We did. Nothing better than Jordan Pickford falling on the ball with about 30 seconds to go to know that you have won the game, and it's exactly what we did. Brilliant performance, another clean sheet. Absolutely delighted for the players, delighted for Sean Dyche. They took 10 points off us. We've got 9 back in a week. Incredible. The manager deserves huge credit for this. The home form's starting to turn now. We've beaten 2 of the richest clubs in the Premier League, 5-0 on aggregate in the space of 3 days. That's not bad at all. And we are now 4 points clear of the relegation zone because Manchester City flipped that Luton game on its head in the second half and won. So brilliant performance in the end. Vitaly Mykolenko is my man of the match. I thought he was outstanding. Amadou Onana, notable mention for him. He did turn the game in Everton's favour. Pickford was excellent. 2 centre-halves did brilliantly. But Mykolenko, for me, was the man of the match. So there you go. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Everton have won again. It feels brilliant. Give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Thanks for watching. See you later.